Alright guys, Numbers 14 today. We're going to do the last half of the chapter. One of the things that we'll just kind of recap on was Numbers 13. God had told the 12 spies to go into the land of Canaan, spy it out. It says that they were there for 40 days spying it out. They come back and they give this, 10 of them give this evil report and really turn the heart of people against God. And 2 of them give a good report and say, yeah, it's rough over there. I mean, they gave an honest appraisal, but that we have God on our side, so I mean, we're good to go. We can go in. And we have a tendency to be a little critical and judgmental in the sense that we look at the children of Israel and we say, oh, well, they had some doubts and fears, but that that God was just kind of being mean-spirited to them because they were scared. And that's not it at all, because what we see here in the beginning of the chapter is that they began to wish that they were better off in Egypt. In fact, they said that we were better off in Egypt. This is not a matter of fear. This is doubting God's character. This is doubting God's goodness. You're saying something pretty derogative against God when you do this, because God had just worked all these miracles to bring them out of the land and had promised them all these things and had laid this groundwork, and they had seen him work from start all the way up until this point. They had seen these amazing things, from the plagues to the miracles, the parting of the Red Sea, water from the rock, everything. They had seen all of this stuff up until this point, and yet they still look at God and say, yeah, we were better off the way that we were. I mean, this is not a matter of, I'm a little scared to go forward. This is a matter of, God, you're not good. Your character is no good. So, and this is what really kind of upset God. So God tells them, all right, previously in the previous chapters, he had told Moses to number the Israelites 20 years old and older, and then the ones who were below 20. And he basically tells them, as they're sitting on the border of the land, they come back, they have the report, they're whining, they're complaining, and God tells Moses, I'm not going to take them into the land. And Moses tells God, look, we got to take them in the land. I don't want you to kill these people off, because then people are going to doubt your character. Once again, we see the Israelites, how they doubted God's character, and we see Moses concerned about God's character. And it shows the distinction, it shows a contrast between those who have a relationship with God and those who are just merely with God because of what he can do. And God says, look, I'm gonna take the children in there, but the 20 years old and older, they're not going. And so God tells Moses in verse 25, he says, he tells them to tell the children of Israel, tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by way of the Red Sea, and say unto them, as truly as I live, I'm reading in verse 28, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. So, as you have said, my character is poor, I'm saying the same to you. And he says, your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me, doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. So those were the 2 spies that actually brought back a report and said, yeah, we can still do it. So he tells them, look, in verse 31, but your little ones which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring into the land. They shall know the land which ye have despised. So he tells them here in this passage, look, all your older ones, they're not going to make it. And you said that this enemy force is going to turn your children into prey. Well, that prey, they're actually going to make it into the land. But he had told them in verse 25, Go. You're sitting on the border. You're looking on the land. You don't think that I can give this to you. You're doubting my character and you're doubting my ability. Go. Get back out into the wilderness. And he tells them in verse 34, for every day that you have been spying out the land, that you murmured and complained against me, I'm going to give you a year in the wilderness. So he tells them, I'm going to make you run around the wilderness for 40 years. This is where the Israelites running around the wilderness for 40 years came from. I heard one liberal pastor, I don't even want to call him a pastor, he headed a church, but he was talking about how God had made them run around the wilderness because he was letting them accrue things and letting them build up and doing this and that. No, it says clearly right here, this was a judgment. He tells them in verse 34, I'm going to run you around the wilderness until all the older people that doubted me die. And then I'm going to take the younger people and I'm going to bring them into the land. And one of the things that I want to see here is that God fulfills his promises regardless of whether or not they're blessings or regardless of whether or not they're judgments. He did honor his word and brought the children into the land. But he also judged those who doubted him, who maligned his character. So something that we should certainly take into account today. But what I want you to see here is that in verse 25 he had told them, tomorrow turn you and get you back into the wilderness by way of the Red Sea. And I want you to see what happens in verse 39 when Moses tells the people. He says, and Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. I mean, it sounds almost like they're repentant, but notice the reaction. And they rose up early in the morning and gat them into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. So now these people are sitting here and they realize that God is telling them, all right, you're going back out into the wilderness. And they're like, no, my bad. No, we're going up to the mountain now. And Moses is like, what are you doing? Moses tells them in verse 41, and Moses said, wherefore now do you transgress the commandment of the Lord, but it shall not prosper? He tells them, God just commanded you to go back into the wilderness, and you're saying, nope, we're going into the land now. And Moses is like, you're being disobedient again. It's not a matter of, okay, I've wronged God and I'm repentant and I acknowledge that his judgment is sound and it's just, which is an acceptance and it's an admission of God's character. Instead, what they're doing is they're just maligning God's character again. When he tells them go back into the wilderness, they're not trusting his will again, and they're saying, nope, we're going up to the mountain. And in doing so, they really kind of display their lack of relationship with God. But they also malign his character again, but also understand that what they're trying to do is they're trying to put God in a box. They're trying to get what they want, and when they see that thing being taken away from them, they're like, okay, I'll do what it is that you asked me to do now, because not because I care anything about you, but because I want that thing. And Moses tells them, you're not going to prosper, and he tells them, go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. And he tells them, don't go up there, because God's not with you, and you're going to be destroyed by your enemies. And then in verse 44 we see, but they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. So God didn't go with them, the ark didn't go with them, and Moses didn't go with them. And they were like, well, we're going up to the hill, we're going to go ahead and take the land. And in verse 45 it says, then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in the hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. So we can see plain as day, God told them, go back into the wilderness, I'm not with you. And this is something that we have to kind of keep in mind, is that we are not going to make God subservient to us by living out this Christian checklist. If I do this, God is going to give me this. And our pursuit being this job, this raise, this whatever. We are not going to make God subservient to us. It's not going to happen. Even taking that approach only displays our lack of relationship with God and maligns God's character. But we can see that those who have a relationship with God, God is patient, God is long-suffering. Moses, in cases, he does things wrong and he screws up, and God continues to forgive him, but Moses has a relationship with God, and these people don't. Joshua and Caleb, they trust God, and God is patient with them. So we can see that our patience is based on our relationship, or God's patience rather, is based on our relationship with Him. It's not based on our actions, and it's not based on, well, let's try and make God, try and manipulate Him into doing the things that we want to do. That's not going to happen. So we can see here that the Israelites once again disobeyed, and God didn't need to smite them per se. He just sat back and He was like, all right, you're on your own. And as a result of this, they ended up being beaten by the Canaanites and the Amalekites and driven back into the wilderness, which was exactly what God had told them to do to begin with. So something that we should certainly take in mind is that we're not going to make God subservient to us, and God's will be done, like it or not. So God bless, guys.